Now, y'all, we are back to talk Love is Blind UK episodes 5 through 7 because they got me all the way messed up. Cat ain't ish. Mark my words right now. And Nicole, I feel like Nicole's for the streets. We're going to get into it. So I'm going to go couple by couple and just kind of talk about their evolution in these 3 episodes. And honey, I'll be back probably tomorrow to cover the last 2 right ahead of our Love is Blind live. Don't forget that it's tomorrow evening at 7:05 Eastern Standard Time. So, be there or be square because it's going to be a good time. If you guys are new here though, my name is Ashley and this is My Sweet Perspective where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And y'all know I'm here to put you on. You know what I mean? So let's get right into it. Let's start out with Freddie and Kat. Outside the 2 times they smashed, that's all the chemistry I see between these two. I don't see it for them. Freddie is so enamored of Kat and just seems to be all into this thing, and much deeper than we anticipated. Kat, all the while, is checking for Ollie and what Ollie got going on. All right, girl, it don't matter. And so when we first see them in this episode, we know that the day before they got Bucky naked twice, okay? And she's like, I'm just nervous to see Ollie. I don't know what's going to happen because word on the street is he's telling people he broke up with me when I was the one who broke up with him. And Freddie's like, what does it matter? You have me. Like, I should be enough for you. It should be fine. She says, but it does matter. And so he's like, okay. And so we see them interact. She feels like she needs to go check Ollie. And let's be very, very clear. She knew Ollie wasn't going to choose her. And so she decided that she was going to go ahead and let him off the hook first so that her pride wouldn't be affected. It is about pride. And Freddie called it out because you know what? For a young man, Freddie got good sense. And Freddie's still fine, okay? Kat, on the other hand, so she talks to Ollie, and Ollie's like, well, no, that didn't happen. What you said is right, but we all know you was finna break up with her. But she felt the need that she needed to check him and tell everybody about it. And so now he's feeling weird, but we'll get into them later. And so later in Greece, she and Freddie are having another conversation and ask about the history. And I'm like, why didn't you ask this in the pods, girl? But basically, have you ever cheated? And so he says, one time 7 years ago, I cheated. And she said, well, did you tell her? He said, no, she found out. And immediately that turned Kat all the way off. And let's be very clear. It's not just that it turned her off. Kat's already turned off. I think he was a good romp in the sack for her and she's ready to ease on down the road. I don't understand exactly who Kat thinks she is. Because again, to me, it's not giving all that she thinks that it gives. I don't know. But anyway, and so now he's hurt because he's like, I just wanted to tell her the truth because I didn't want to lie. He goes and talks to Steven, who was like the resident wise man. And, he's like, well, you told the truth. That's all you can do. But Freddie's like, it doesn't define me. That's something that happened then. That's not who I am now. I'm really into her. I want to give her the best that I got. And so she's acting funny. We also know this episode that they go back to London and they move into an apartment together. And the apartments are so cute. Like, they did a great job. They not doing this in the US like that, I don't feel like. I feel like these apartments was a vibe, okay? And so they move in together and she's just really nasty to him. They go shopping and he's making jokes because Freddie apparently has a very vivacious personality and he cracks jokes all the time. And he's looking at the shoes. He's like, do you have these in a size 11? And she looks at the camera, looks at him, and is like, just with this look of disgust. And so we hear his confessional, and he's like, I need to change who I am. Like, I just need to tone it down a bit because it's too much for her. Baby, you don't need to turn down anything. Okay, she needs to turn up. All right, or get gone. Because I hate that he's trying to fit himself in a box to appease her when she's the one with the issues. She turned around and told him, well, once a cheat, always a cheat. Everybody I've been with that cheated on me. Girl, that sounds like your picker's broken. That's what that sounds like to me. That ain't got nothing to do with this man, okay? And so they're going all along, and then finally by episode 7, it's time to meet the families and do all of those things. But first, we got to go to his house. So she goes to his house, and immediately her attitude changes. She goes from cheating him to the redheaded stepchild to, I'm sorry, daddy. Like you're a good man. He comes out in his like little funeral director outfit. His house is very well appointed. He's still working on it, but you know, it's well appointed. It's a nice home. She's like, I wasn't expecting this from you, from a 32-year-old man. Girl, you shouldn't have been shut up, Ashley. So now it's time to meet his family. He done brought her to meet his beautiful family. I am obsessed with his family, and I especially love his sister. What's her name? Dora, Betsy Dora. Love her down. Do you hear me? But his family is so welcoming, embraces her. She comes in. We see the little brother Jack. And y'all, this made a G cry real tears. When I tell you I teared up when he asked Jack to be his best man. And he begins to talk about, I took care of him. I looked after him and he's taught me so much. I wouldn't be the man that I am today without my little brother. I thought that was so beautiful. But before their meeting is over, the sister pulls him out to the side and is like, what's going on? You're not being your full, jokey self. And he's like, I'm just trying to tone it down. She's like, why? He said, because I feel like I'm not good enough. Is she making you feel that way? And I was like, right, sis. Ask them questions. And he says, no, I just feel like I'm not good enough. She said, maybe the thing is she's not good enough for you. I said, Betsy Dora, you better tell the truth and shame the devil on today. All about your brother. Okay, because Freddie, he has endeared himself to me so much. He's fine, but it's beyond his fineness at this point. I just think he's a genuinely good human being. That's how I feel. And I hope he leaves her. I don't want this marriage to go on. I need them to break it up. I think she would devastate his life and ruin him for the future. That's how I feel. I do not like this match at all. Next we have, let's talk about Bobby and Jasmine. Jasmine was in rare form, honey, this episode, and I don't know what to make of it in these 3 episodes. So we know that Jasmine and Bobby are seemingly good, but it's revealed during these episodes that she's very jealous. Electronics are reintroduced, cell phones, all of that. And baby, she not having it. She says, I go through phones. I track down Instagram profiles. I am inch high private eye. I do all of the things. She tracks down some music video he had from 2 years ago, trying to be mad about it. Jasmine, stop it. Also, very, very protective of her friend, honey, because when all the stuff was going on with Demi and Ollie, she confronts Ollie like, do you like her or not? Do you want her or not? This ain't no hard question. It's a yes or no answer. And so Ollie gets pressed and he's storming out, but Jasmine don't play about hers. And I mean, I'm not mad about it, but did she overstep? Yeah, she overstepped something there. But again, back into the apartment, they're just figuring out what the living space is going to be. And I will say this, TJ Henderson, aka Bobby, aka Fun Size, really went a long way to me in order to try to make sure she felt secure. I don't know if that's attainable long term. People with jealousy issues don't tend to just come out of it like that. So I'll be interested to see how this goes further down the road. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was it for them. Steven and Sabrina, I mean, it's the status quo. He's still fine, honey, but when he came out in them Speedos, and he like his little Speedos, he like his manties, he gonna wear them. All right, every chance that he gets. And he was doing his little calisthenics in them. And I said, he confident and I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at Steven. Okay. And so we get back and she meets his friend group and they're like, we would never do this in a million years. No, this was not it, but we're happy for you guys. Okay. We are happy for you guys, but so far really uneventful. I don't even have many notes on them like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not giving... It ain't really giving much, but I will say Sabrina is on a little bit more than she has been before. And I'm hoping, that in episodes, 8 through 11, how many ever more episodes they release today, we'll get to see more of her character and see her from maybe her family or friends perspective. Because right now, child, it ain't giving all that. Next, let's go to Demi and Ollie. And they honestly just got on my nerves. From the mixer where she's not being herself, he's not being himself, he feels attacked, she feels like he don't want to show her love in public, and he don't. Everybody else is loving each other down, rubbing on each other, up under each other. He is as far away from her as he can get. And after he has this conversation with Kat, he doesn't confide in Demi at all. He goes right to Bobby, TJ Henderson, and is like, you know, this is what happened, whoop de wah whoop, you know, I don't feel comfortable. But why aren't you talking to your woman? They say behind closed doors is a different story. You know, they still haven't connected intimately, but you know, they cuddle and they talk to each other, hold each other, whatever. I don't know. It's just not giving. And at one point, after Jasmine confronts him in Greece, he storms off. And I'm like, was this Demi's fault? This wasn't Demi's fault. Like, why are you spazzing like this? He's like, I'm just ready to go. I think this show is doing more harm than good. And in this moment, I was like, does he have some sort of social anxiety? Like, it was very odd. With each other, they're not themselves in public, at least. At all. And I don't know what to make of it. And so they're back to London. They're settling in. And we are going to meet Demi's people, her friends. And he's vegan, okay? And so she is going to try to adopt this lifestyle, I guess. But the friends come over, and I really liked Demi's friends. They were really concerned. They weren't messy. It was really just about her happiness. Are y'all thinking about the future? You know, I don't know you yet, but I like you so far. Ollie felt comfortable. It was a good chemistry with the friend group. And so, you know, we love that. But again, is it going to go deeper? Is there going to be more between the two of them? I don't know. He also reveals that he has ADHD. Like, it's this huge deal. And I'm like, is ADHD stigmatized? Like my therapist was like, Ashley, have you ever been diagnosed with ADHD? I mean, and he talks about he's never been able to finish a book. He's never been able to do that. And Demi does what Demi does, which is encourage him and affirm him in every way. Well, it doesn't matter because, you know, the vows were the most beautiful thing anyone's ever done for me. You know, it was beautiful. It was this and it was that. And again, I don't feel like she's being served in this situation. I feel like all of the efforts and energies are to making Ollie comfortable. And I feel like she's being lost in the shuffle. And I hate that for her. I hate that for her. But we'll see what happens, honey. And I guess we have to go here. I saved him for last because I'm really annoyed. Because Nicole, who? I don't believe she deserved this grace and mercy. I believe she's for the streets. And I think Benaya Leroy Jones needed to make another move and another decision. But we know she was going to call him and say she wanted to talk, and he was down for it, and she wanted to apologize because she made a mistake, whoop-de-wah-whoop, and baby, next thing we know, he's down on one knee. Like, will you marry me? And I don't know if this sets precedent in Love is Blind history, because baby, next thing we know, they're in Greece, and they're engaged, and they're happy, loving each other down. Benaya is so hooked on Nicole, like, and Nicole's like, I realized it was you, but did you? Because the previews for the rest of this, listen, it looks crazy as hell if you tried to smash Sam. I'm going to just set it right there. I'm disgusted. And so seemingly they're having this great time in Greece. They come back. They're moved in. He went out and got her a real ring, honey, because he said he wasn't fully prepared in the moment. They've connected completely. With the Bucky nakedness, apparently, and they are firing on all cylinders, and he's just enamored of her, and she seemingly as well, but maybe not so much. So then we meet her parents. They come, and he's explaining what he does as a structural landscaper and how he'll have to be traveling a little bit here and there. But her family, especially her dad, super warm, super friendly. Yeah, and it was interesting to see because I guess she doesn't like to be they don't classify themselves as black. In UK, she'd be considered mixed race. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, they're making, and it's seemingly going great. He's hooked on her. He done met the parentals, and we're gonna see what happens because the preview was crazy as hell, Nicole. It's crazy as hell. Cause why? What? I'm grossed out. And I didn't want to see Benaya go out bad. And I do feel like she's for the streets right now. I don't feel like she's ready for a relationship at all. She pissed me off so bad. I should have known something like this was going to happen. I just was hoping Benaya Leroy Jones was going to make a different decision. But alas, he did not, y'all. That's what I got for episodes 5 through 7. When I watch these next couple episodes, I will be back probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. If it's juicy, I'll be back tonight. Y'all already know what it is. But drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking of this. Is Nicole really for the streets? Y'all let me know. And is Kat really a good person? Let me know. If you enjoyed this recap review of Love is Blind UK, please go ahead and hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5K, okay? And we're on our way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.